Hi, my name is Gurpreet and I am the co-founder at Browntape.com. We are enabling multi-channel e-commerce in India. If you look at how e-commerce has evolved, a lot of sites started with the inventory-led model, and today, because of FDI restrictions and other reasons, a lot of companies have moved over to the marketplace model. There are 6 major marketplaces in India and about 50,000 sellers selling on these marketplaces, and a lot of them are selling on more than one marketplace. We went and spoke to a lot of these merchants and tried to figure out how they run their operations, and realized that they are actually primarily using tools like Excel. They're literally living in Excel sheet hell. I was with a seller recently and he has a 50 MB Excel sheet. Now understand, a 50 MB Excel sheet takes about 5 minutes to open up on any computer, and all of their functions from order management to customer service and everything runs on that Excel sheet. That is not the way to run a business in 2013. Which is why we started Browntape. Browntape is a tool that integrates with all of these marketplaces such that all the orders that a merchant has on any of these marketplaces will flow into one single panel. You can imagine it like a common vendor panel for all the marketplaces. You don't need to log into eBay separately and Amazon separately and Snapdeal separately. All the orders are in Browntape, and that's all you need to train your staff on, run your operations from. Now, once the orders are there, all shipping related tasks are just a click of a few buttons. Your shipping labels are generated, your manifests are generated. In fact, the system also proactively tracks the shipments that you've sent out. The merchants get a well organized visual dashboard, which was very painful earlier. People had to spend three days on accountants crunching Excel sheets to generate charts. Here, every hour you can check a very visual dashboard of your sales. Now that the orders are here and it's centralized, all the orders from everywhere is in one single place, you can also do centralized inventory, which is a very strong feature with Browntape. You may get an order from eBay or Amazon or wherever. The inventory of a product centrally goes down, and the new inventory status once you get an order is also updated back into all these marketplaces. A lot of sellers are using Browntape and saving a lot of time, but also reducing mistakes. Mistakes are extremely expensive in highly priced competitive places like marketplaces. If you have one mistake, if a customer is sent product A instead of product B, there would be a customer somewhere in the system who was actually supposed to receive the other product. So mistakes are costly, and with systems like Browntape, you can prevent those. And once your process is running on an efficient software, you are set up to achieve scale. Browntape is, I'll talk about the revenue model a little bit. Browntape is a SaaS-based software it's like a DIY software which you can just log in, link up your eBay account, Amazon account, and start using. We charge a SaaS fee, software as a service fee, which ranges from 1,000 rupees to 9,000 rupees, depending upon how many orders you have every month and how many channels you want to sell on. We also do some services for larger clients, which we charge separately for. Browntape was set up by myself and my partner Piyush Goyal. Piyush is a PhD in artificial intelligence, and about 6-7 years back in the UK, when he was doing his PhD, he was also selling online. At that point, with a few friends, he faced this problem, and they built a software called Scrabble.com, which was doing something similar, but it was more like a college project. They didn't take it forward. Piyush came back to India and joined a company which I was heading. It was a services company that would do web projects for large clients like Meru Cabs, Kotak, Microsoft, and others. We worked there very successfully for about 4.5-5 years, built a lot of websites in India, very prominent websites in India, and then decided to get into the product business, which is where Browntape was born. We are a GSF graduate. In July, we were a part of the GSF program, and we came out of it. A lot of incredible help over there. We are also supported by one of our advisors. His name is Vispi Davar, and he's a Silicon Valley VC. He's made many investments from America in India, and he's helped us a lot. We have 7 other people in the team. It's a startup, so it's growing very fast. Maybe by the time you see this video, we'll have a few more people. We have a very beautiful office in Goa, which overlooks a bird sanctuary. So a lot of peace over there are, and I think that is reflected in the product. It's very well thought out. The code is very strong and scalable. The business model is a proven one globally. In US, there are companies like Channel Advisor and Vendio. Channel Advisor has done an IPO recently, and Vendio has been acquired by Alibaba.com a few years back. Thriving companies, profitable and so on. In UK, there is a company called Linworks and a few others who do similar stuff. In India, because the marketplaces were new, there were not too many players into the space, and that's why we jumped in. And we hope that we can bring an Indian flavor to the solution by easing out the COD process and reducing RTOs and so on for the merchants that use our software. About traction, we have about 400 plus signups on the software till date, and these are pretty serious sellers because if we see the amount of orders that have flown through the system in the past 6 months that we've been live, there are about 50 crore plus worth of orders that have flown through the system. So, it's a very positive sign. We are getting a lot of feedback from the people who are using the software, and they are telling us how to make it better, and there's a lot of excitement. And we hope to make this dream a reality where sellers will not be required to log into 5 different panels at all. They will be able to run their business from one central panel, which is Browntape. Thank you so much.
Browntape, I think the market opportunity which the team is going after, in my opinion, the pain point is real. The question is how big that market opportunity is. And the lowest hanging fruit over there is the process automation, which the founder, which the team gave a description about. So for example, there are a lot of traders, a lot of merchants who are on all these marketplaces, and all these marketplaces are growing. And hence these traders, these merchants, these retailers, which don't have any technology automation in their own backend, find it tough to service the order and with the growth of the marketplace, and hence they need some kind of automation where companies like Browntape are coming in picture. The issue is that things which are around process automation are little bit becomes commodity in longer term. So today they are getting some value out of it, but with time to come, there's a more risk of fragmentation in that market. The price leverage will come down, and hence businesses, there is a risk of becoming a smaller business in that particular opportunity. Having said that, there are 2 interesting things which can emerge out in long term if team execute on the right thing. The first thing is how you help these vendors to acquire customers on marketplace itself. So for example, if you see any of the marketplace, there is a very high 80-20 rule. 80% of the volume comes with very top specific 10%, 20% vendors on the marketplace. The challenge with most of the vendors is that for them, putting the discovery of their own listing of their content on the marketplace becomes challenge itself. They don't know how to boil up in the entire, they're not aware about the search paradigm on the marketplaces. They're not able to keep up with the pace of the technology growth of the marketplaces. So if a company like Browntape extends their product and goes into the forward integration where they start helping acquire customers to these vendors on the marketplace, then the one level of price improvement comes from there. The second interesting opportunity which has started happening on marketplaces around messaging apps, so which is not driven by West, which is largely driven by countries like China, Korea and Japan. So there are marketplaces coming on the messaging apps like Line and WeChat, and that's totally an open area. If a company like Browntape starts creating a product for those marketplaces, then in my opinion for next 3 to 5 years a lot of value creation will happen.